Chicago's second tallest building, the height does include the very top and tip of the spire. Trump International Hotel and Tower, designed by Adrian Smith, formerly of Skidmore, Owens & Merrill, putting an example of architectural style. The building fits into the site and surrounding. The building itself ascends in height, yet setbacks at different levels that relate to the roof lines of surrounding structures. First setback to the roof line of Wrigley. Second setback for the building parking garage to the building. During evening hours, to these columns rising up behind the glass. To our right, the steel and glass Miesian and modernist black box was in fact designed by one of the fathers of modern and international architecture, Ludwig Mies van der Rohe, whose very famous motto was less is more. Mies came to Chicago from Germany back in the late 30s, became head of architecture at IIT. He designed the Seagram Building in New York City, TD Center in Toronto, Lafayette Park in Detroit, and the Barcelona Chairs. Building to our right, his final project completed in 1972. As we near State Street to our right coming up, commonly referred to in the twin corn-cob towers. In reality, we're gonna have Steakhouse is Yummy. Before this building got built on the site to our right, a parking garage in the mid-1950s. Around here, I like the contrast between 2009 modern, the whole building next door. I'm putting an example of the Chicago school style of architecture, the tripartite design. Think of a Greek column, the base, shaft, capital on top. The base of the building visually anchors the structure of the ground. The shaft draws your eye up. The corners from on the top to finish things off. A tea and coffee warehouse, 1912. Glass penthouse, 1984. His initial designs may notice some nautical themes, like here to our left coming up, in the River Cottages, 1986 to 88. Convex. Taking this boat tour 9 years ago would have no problem seeing the train tracks to our right. Tracks are still there. It's been decked over with that plaza and 50-story tall building called River Point. Porthole openings are just fans. The metal-electric diesel is also inside the tunnel. On top, you can have landscape public plaza. Steakhouse to our right called Gibson's Italian. Very tasty. Have time while you're here. Visit this space. You're elevated with great views to our left down that canyon. Rear building in front was Lantern on top, 191 North Macker. As we clear Randolph, here to our left, 5.5 to 6 years ago, the 5-story building in the mid-1950s. Thankfully, it's been torn down, and its weight now rises a 55-story tall building, 110 North Macker by Gash Partners. Same firm with the legal delivery full base. Until 1972, a bridge did span the this location at Polk Street, just the abutments on either side. And here to our left, we have River City. It may remind you of the complex we saw 15 minutes ago, Marina City. Tower to our left in the background behind DSW Shoes, Novo Shops. Again, that tower back there is a part of the Chicago Fire Academy, where the city trained firefighters. The classically inspired building to its left, the columns are on the top, that is called the Insurance Exchange Building. The half we see is 1928 by Grant Anderson Probst and White, northern half 1912, D.H. Burnham and Company. The White Castle, not designed to look inside each wedding ring or engagement ring. Was to do all the things people have asked before. No, only for aesthetics. Now initially, it was like 1,800 fluorescent lights. Now everything is hilarious, even 44 years later. Here, this is what I like to talk about, some of the TV shows and movies that have been made in Chicago over the years, but especially in my lifetime. One of my favorites is The Fugitive with Harrison Ford from 1993. Also, McKnight's going to have that draft with Kurt Russell. Two phases, 6 days apart. So to the right, the spotter, 87, schedule, 2005. On ornamentation, houses on top. Classically inspired, 1927 Grand 27 respects 27 without repeating 27. Point empty for 4 years. And certainly not to dampen anyone's mood or spirit, but the worst disaster to ever happen in Chicago in terms of loss of life happened directly to our right on the river. July 24th, 1915. It's called the Eastland disaster. EAST-LAND. Short version, on top and to our right. Include rooftop bar. And everyone kind of falls in love that green terracotta and gold roof clad building 2 blocks in front to our right. That is railroad leaf on top of the Carbide and Carbon building from 1929. Art Deco by the Burnham Brothers. The sons, the city built a prefabricated crown on a barge and lifted on top of the helicopter. Wedged in there like a camp after a root canal is in addition to the building right next door. Originally, the London Guarantee and Accident Building, 1923. Back in the day, London Guarantee and Accident sold I think should be somewhere in Nantucket or in Cape Cod on the East Coast. Chicago Marine Safety Station, 1933.